Hi, I'm Dave Raffo from MSP Summit and Channel Partners TV, or what we call CPTV. And I'm joined by Rob Rae. I don't know why I say that. Rob needs no introduction to
Please.
anybody in the MSP world. You probably know, but Rob is the CVP of Community and Ecosystems, right,
Yes,
for
absolutely.
Pax8. So tell us, what is your role in the MSP community for Pax8?
As corporate vice president, it means I have global responsibility. The community aspect of it, I kind of look at it as twofold. It is representing Pax8 and talking to our partners in the community about what it is that we're working on. Why are we working on it? Where are our investments going? Those kinds of things. So just basically being the face of Pax8 and getting out there and telling the message, but at the same time being the voice of the MSP internally, because I do, and my team gets a chance to talk to tens of thousands of MSPs globally, and that type of feedback, being able to gather that feedback and bring it out and really represent and really speak MSP internally at the organization. So it's kind of this owning kind of the pulse of the channel. Where are things going? Where do we need to improve? What are things that we can be working on, and putting out fires here and there, but also moving the company forward and sharing kind of like the what's next.
Yeah, I mean that's important. You can't really have products that help MSPs if you don't understand
It's true.
what they need, right?
And I think a lot of vendors too, like they make the mistake of just kind of like talking about what products they have. I like to take it a little step further, which is, here are the products that we have, but here's how you go and position them. Here's how you go and sell them. Here's how you talk to your end users about them. Here's how you price them. Those types of skills are needed and necessary. And MSPs have enough in their stack, and they have to work with enough vendors and working with all different types of end users that leap between, here's what it is that we're working on, but here's the value to you as an organization, here's the value to your end users, and helping them along that journey is also important.
So I read the Pax8 was it Agentic Inflection
Point, yes.
Agentic Inflection Report,
Yes.
Research Report.
Yeah.
And if anybody watching this has not read it, I strongly recommend you download it and read it. But so what does Pax8 do? What are you doing to help people become managed intelligence providers, as you call them in the report?
Yeah, it's interesting because we're at this point where AI, everybody's talking about it. Everybody knows that it's coming. Everybody knows that it's going to change not only our businesses as vendors, but the business of the MSP, but also the ultimate end users. But nobody has a good talk track to it. And we kind of recognize this where we're kind of waiting for vendors to throw AI into their products, but again, they're missing that connection of what's the value to the MSP, what's the value to the end user. And I when I'm talking to MSPs these days, it's like, so when you're talking to your end users about AI, what is it you're talking about? And there really is no good talk track. So what's going to happen here, very similar to if you look at other revenue streams like cybersecurity or cloud back in the day, we have to be ahead of this. We have to be the ones that are, and I'm talking about the entire channel, need to be the ones that are out there talking about AI before our end users are looking for it. And the end users are trying to figure it out, but there's going to be a point, probably faster than any other tech movement that we've seen, where they are going to start asking about, how does AI improve my business? And what we're helping through the Agentic Inflection Point report is have that conversation. What am I supposed to say to these end users? What are the things I need to be thinking about? Where do I need to start training my teams now on being ready for AI when people ask? Because there will be a point where an end user wants to look at it, needs it, a friend has done it, and then they don't call the MSP, they call somebody else because the MSP hasn't even talked about AI, so maybe AI is not for the MSP. So, for us, it's about getting that conversation started now. And along with that, the report is incredibly comprehensive, where it talks about go-to-market strategy, it talks about potential revenue streams, how do we monetize this, and what are those conversations? What's the elevator pitch we need to be giving to the end users? How do we plant that seed in them so that when they are ready for the AI journey, the MSP is the single source of truth that they're coming to for that AI. So, the report does that. And then on top of that, we've invested quite a bit into the training around that. So we've got about 300 different AI courses. We have Chance Weaver, our AI expert here at this event, talking in a pre-day about AI. So we're building out those tools, we're building out the education, we're building out all those pieces because we want to be the one that's taking you on the journey. And we're building AI technology not only into our marketplace, but we're bringing AI technology to the marketplace for the MSPs. So, it'll be this place where you can get the training, the education, the positioning, the monetization of it, but also find the actual tools of it through an AI marketplace.
So it's part the tools, but it's also like almost like a consultative role, right?
Absolutely.
For MSPs with their customers.
Yeah, absolutely. And we want to be the place where people come for that education. And right now, from what I've seen in the market, it's incredibly progressive. And one of the things we're doing, we have our show, our European event coming up in about 3 weeks. One of the things that we're doing there is we're actually going to train MSPs. We have a course on how to train MSPs on building agents, customizing agents, AI agents for their end users, whether it's a particular end user or whether it's a particular vertical that the MSP is working on. But now we can actually develop that practicality of what the MSP is going to do, what they're going to deliver, which of course increases the stickiness that the MSP has with that end user. If now I'm creating customized AI or agents for that particular end user, stickiness, revenue generation, the value of what MSP is doing is going to get significantly better. Like all those things that, AI is going to be able to do that. And again, we want the channel to be the place where SMBs go to get it.
So what else is on the horizon for PAX8?
Like that's not enough.
Is it all AI? You got to be doing something else.
We've continued to build out our marketplace and, moving away from being a distie that just sells other people's stuff. And, if you think about it, it's like Amazon, right? The way we've kind of built our marketplace, we're trying to use the data that we've got to help the MSPs find upsell, cross-sell opportunities. We've created storefronts, which have been incredibly popular, which in essence is the MSP has the ability to create a marketplace, their marketplace for their end users to be able to work with the MSP and see what else is on the shelf, those kinds of things. So creating a marketplace, better marketplace experience for our partners, but also creating a marketplace experience for the MSP to be able to deliver to their end users. That's been wildly popular, and MSPs have already started finding tons of upsell opportunities and prospects coming through their sites to make buys, in essence buying.
And what are you looking for at the conference, at the MSP Summit?
Well, this is always a great event, right? The MSP 501, one of my favorite things is to be at. It's a lot of very good larger MSPs that, just engaging, continuing that pulse, continuing the AI conversation.
All right, thanks, Rob.
Yeah,
Thanks
my
for
pleasure.
joining me.
Thank you.